So let's apply the ambiguous case to example 8 on page 6. Calculate the two possible values of angle A for the triangle ABC, given that we have side length A is 15, side length C is 8, and angle C is 25 degrees. So let's start by drawing our triangle. Using a ruler, let's draw 3 beautiful straight lines. Oh, that's not quite there. Let's do that again. Straight line, straight line, straight line. Not quite right. Hopefully you're using a ruler too. Let's do it again. Oh, that's not quite right. Let me keep doing this until I get it right. So, triangle, triangle. Okay. Maybe for that time. There. No, not that. Not quite. There we go. Beautiful straight lines. Okay, let's label our triangle. So that's point A, that's point B, that's point C. So what do we know? Angle C, so capital C, is 25 degrees. We know that the side length C, so the opposite side to that, or the corresponding side to that, is 8, and a side length A is 15 degrees. So we're trying to work out angle A. So let's use the sine rule. So using sine rule, default formula, A on sine A is B on sine B. So 15 on sine A is 8 on sine 25 degrees. Next column, cross multiplying, so 8 sine A is 15 sine 25 degrees. Rearranging, sine of A is 15 sine 25 degrees divided by 8. We want angle A, so we need to sine inverse, so A is sine inverse of that fraction. Don't forget your degree symbol on your 25 degrees, otherwise it's assumed radians. Using a calculator, that gets us 52.41 degrees. Now, we need to consider the ambiguous case. Why? Because our given angle is acute, so tick. It's less than 90 degrees. The adjacent side, so 15, is bigger than the opposite side, so 15 is bigger than 8. And the opposite side is bigger than the adjacent times the sine of the angle. So we need to consider the ambiguous case. So let's do that. So consider ambiguous case. So A prime is 180 degrees minus our acute angle answer. So that's 180 minus 52.41 degrees, which is 127.59 degrees. So finishing up, sentence conclusion. Therefore, two possible values of A are 52.41 degrees. Well, we can approximate that, can't we? Let's approximate that. Approximately 52.4 degrees and 127.6 degrees. Now, what does this look like? So, oops. There we go. Hang on. So, our first answer of 52.4 degrees, that's our acute angle. So that's 52.4 degrees. That's our first possible answer. Our obtuse case is when we have from B to this A prime, and then we have approximately 127.6 degrees. So A is our acute angle answer. A prime is our ambiguous case, the obtuse angle answer. Please, please, always Remember, always check for ambiguous case. Always check for ambiguous case in your exam. Always check for ambiguous case in your exam. Now I'm going to do a little extra as well to this example. So this question initially just asked us to work out the possible angles for A, which we did work out using ambiguous case and sine rule. I'm going to do a little bit extra. So what if we just find angle A, and then we're asked to find, well, what is the possible angles of capital B, and what about the possible side lengths of B? So over the page, I'm going to do an extra part B. Hence, once you found out the two possible answers for A, calculate the possible angles of B and side lengths side B. So this is where we consider to split into two cases essentially, right? So case one, if our A angle was the acute angle 52.41, I keep the decimal places just for accuracy's sake, then what would be B versus case 2 of if A was the large obtuse angle 127.59 degrees. So what would be B? So to work out B, well, we know C is 25, we know A from calculation using sine rule, then the only way to work out B is the sum of all angles in a triangle, which is 180 degrees. So angle B is 180 degrees minus 25, because that's angle C, minus, in this case, 52.41 degrees, because that's angle A, the acute version. And the reasoning is sum of angles in triangle. So using a calculator, that gives us 102.59 degrees. Now, once we've worked out what the possible angle for B is, well, how do we work out what the side length of B is? Well, we can't use SOHCAHTOA because it's not a right angle triangle, nor can we use Pythagoras because, again, it's not right angle triangle. But because we do know the opposite sides, so for example, we know angle A and its corresponding side length 15, and then because we've got B, we want to work out the corresponding side length of B, we can apply the sine rule again. So let's apply the sine rule. So using sine rule, quote default formula, A on sine A is B on sine B. So substituting our known values. So the other thing we could also use is the side length of 8, right? Because we do know that that side length is 8. It really doesn't matter whether you use 15 or 8, as long as you're consistent. So 8 on sine of 25 degrees is B on sine of, in this case, one angle. B is 102.59 degrees. So B is 8 sine 102.59 degrees divided by sine of 25 degrees. Using a calculator, B is 18.47. Similarly, if A was the obtuse angle, we do the exact same thing. We work out B using the sum of angles in a triangle to be 180 degrees. So 180 minus 25 minus 127.59, because sum of angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. Using a calculator, that gives us 27.41 degrees. Again, using similar reasoning, we need to use a sine rule to work out side length B because it's not a right angle triangle. So using sine rule, default formula, A on sine A equals B on sine B. Again, it really doesn't matter which sine and angles you use, as long as you use the corresponding sides and angles. So 8 on sine 25, so that's using angle C and side length C, is B on sine of my angle B, in this case number 2, is 27.41. So b cross multiplying and then dividing 8 lots of sine of 27.41 divided by sine of 25 degrees. Using a calculator, that gives us b is 8.71. So therefore we have two cases, right? So therefore case 1, angle A is approximately 52.4 degrees. Angle B is approximately 102.6 degrees, and also side length B is approximately 18.5 units long. Or we have case 2, which is the ambiguous case, where A is the obtuse angle of approximately 127.6 degrees. Your B angle is approximately 27.4 degrees, and your B side length is hence approximately 8.7 units long. So there's two possible answers because of the ambiguous case. Very, very important. Make sure you always check for ambiguous case in your